Now, recently we just had an election, a presidential election, week and two ago, and I'm so amazed at how upset people have gotten with each other. Friends, families separated. You got people threatening to cancel Thanksgiving and Christmas because someone in their family or a loved one. Hell, you got people threatening divorce because one of their spouses voted for Donald Trump. And to me, it's funny because I'm wondering, like, why is there so much hatred and anger towards your people over a vote for president? And people say, well, he's racist. And I'll counter that with Joe Biden is the same. Joe Biden has been mentored. I think he did a eulogy at one of the most racist people in the South. And I can't think of the guy's name, but Joe Biden is known to hang and kick it and be mentored by racists. I mean, come on, but it's like for some reason people want to forget that. I don't get it. And it's got I don't think it had I really don't think it has anything to do with the person. Think it has something to do with the party, which is why we have to separate ourselves from political parties. Because think about this. Think about like the church. We go to church, we know we should go to church, worship, read the Bible, live by the rules and regulations that's in the scriptures. And yet we see how the some of the churches that's in public view are becoming demonic. They are going against what the scriptures teach, but because it's in the church, people roll with it. Instead, you got people like myself who say, "Nah, I can't roll with that. I'm still going to read my scriptures." I go to some, say churches, sanctuaries that if they seem to be still sticking to the scriptures, yeah, I go there or or watch videos on YouTube or internet or what have you. But I'm not gonna sit there and just say I'm part of a certain church. Or I'm part of a like Baptist or AME or whatever, because you got too much demonic behavior inside the churches. Same thing with political parties. Somebody say, you say one person is racist. Well, hell, they all are. Whether you go Republican, Democrat, Tea Party, Independent, whatever, they all have it. They all will sit there and call you the N word. You make them mad enough. Let's just be honest, and really don't really care about your well-being as to just them getting into office. Then you want to say, you get upset, well, you could have voted for a black woman. Why? She hasn't done anything for black people. You have to look at things as an individual. You're black first, and we're talking about the way you got to see yourself and the way the country sees you. And black first, then I guess your religion is next. I guess is what it is, and then but then people put like, I'm a Democrat, I'm black, I'm Christian, all that. But Christian and Democrat holds no weight in this country, except when they need you to be that, to claim that. Other than that, they could care less when they look at you. They're gonna see the color of your skin, then they're gonna see, but so they're gonna see the color of your skin. But if you got money, that kind of goes away too. But the more research you do, the more you look at the history of this country, how this country works, you'll figure that out. And sometimes then eventually you got to give it up. You got to be like, hey, I see what it is for me to get upset about a political party or somebody who run for president who really has very little bearing on your life, because no matter what happens, we've had presidents for over 200 something years here. My people still living. Donald Trump was president. That's the thing. Donald Trump was president before. And what did it cost you? What happened? Yeah, he may do some things that could be deemed racist or white nationalists or what have you. But sometimes you got to figure out a way to get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying, to disrupt that. But you won't know that if you only go by emotion. You don't know that if you don't research and read to find out how the system works and how you can get your piece. But anyway, I say all that to say this. Everybody getting upset about the election, who you voting for. They want to get mad, want to fight you, want to cuss you out, all that kind of stuff, mad at you. Talk about how racist Trump is. But yet, you have a group here of racist neo-Nazis go to march in the city of Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to Ohio. And I see nobody out there. I don't see that much hate, that much vitriol towards them by family members, by people online. It's like it just never happened. But let's look at this, shall we?
Demonstration by neo-Nazis over the weekend in Columbus, Ohio. The armed group marched carrying flags with swastikas on them. Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas has the story. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. The hate was right out in the open. So brazen, Ohio's governor felt compelled to respond.
This morning, new surveillance footage of an armed group of men carrying flags emblazoned with swastikas marching through the streets of Columbus, Ohio. The troubling incident happening Saturday afternoon. Each person dressed head to toe in all black, masks concealing their faces.
Now, I've heard that Ohio is probably more racist than anything down south, which is funny because anytime you hear about racism and clans and people marching, shouting out the N-word. And I saw the video on TikTok. I couldn't find it. Or it was X, what have you. But when somebody was actually sitting there recording, and it was one of us, and it seemed like it was a lady. And all they saying was like, oh my God, I can't believe, it's like, really? Really? Is this what's happening? Yeah, it's what's happening. My thing is, where's all the anger at? What you gonna do? Turn to the black man and say, see, this is what you voted in? No, these people been here. This ain't got nothing to do with an election. These people are here. So again, turn to your black man and say, hey, why you ain't out there kind of protesting this the way they doing? Don't let these people walk through our neighborhood like this.
They shouted vile and racist speech against Jews and people of color. Ohio's governor.
I heard they was using the N-word. Not just people of color, man. They was specific on. I mean, you can say people of color, lump us all together, but it don't work that way in real life.
Governor denouncing the neo-Nazis, writing, "There is no place in this state for hate, bigotry, anti-Semitism, or violence."
That's a lie. Yes, it is. It's a place in every state. Matter of fact, it's in every state. So I hate when they come out and say there is no place for this type of behavior in this country. Yes, it is, because it continues to happen. Because if there was no place for it, let me tell you something. I got things in my house that I'm getting rid of right now, doing like some early spring cleaning. And when I look at it, I say, there's no place. And you move stuff around and you put your stuff up, and then ta-da, something is in your hands or something on the floor. And you're like, what do I need this for? There's no place for this. You know what you do with that? You get rid of it. You don't sit there and say, man, there's no place for this box here. And then you just leave it in the middle of the floor and just walk around and just let it sit there. So when they say mess like there's no place for this in this state, man, shoot, miss me with that.
Hate crimes have been on the rise for the past several years, according to data from the FBI. The Anti-Defamation League also notes a stunning increase in acts of anti-Semitism.
Well, hold on. Hate crime. You remember the Asian community got a hate crime bill passed with the help of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. But let's look at some statistics, shall we? This is from usafacts.org. It says anti-Black or African-American hate crimes exceeded the number of all other race, ethnicity, ancestry hate crimes combined in 2022. And when you look at this little chart, you go down, look at this way over here to the right. I don't know how many 1000s or one. I don't see the like the grid or whatever. But you see, there's like 3,000. You see, I guess it's 2021, 2022. In 2021, you got 3,297 for Black folk. And in 2022, you got 3,424. Now there is an increase. I said the increase, right? Anti-Asian increase from 500 to 750. All right. And everybody else is kind of about the same. But yeah, the anti-Asian, like I said, all of a sudden they get a hate crime bill, and it got worse. But yeah, you see that black folks, there's more hate crimes against us still annually, and yet we have no hate crime bill. But you wanted us to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Again, upset because we didn't, didn't vote them in. They didn't win. And they want to blame, you know, people because you let the racist orange man get in. But you see these crimes happening and nobody that's in office now is stopping it, doing anything to try to curb that behavior.
With incidents doubling last year compared to 2022. Overnight, African American community leaders in Columbus taking to the same streets in a peaceful counter-protest.
Y'all see what's wrong with this picture? Y'all see what's wrong with this picture? We want to protest. My brothers out here walking in all black. Now one of them got a gun, and you're doing a peaceful protest. What is this, Selma 2024? I'm not sure what you think this is actually going to accomplish besides you getting out here and getting your name in the news. This here, I'm sorry, this is useless. This is useless. Now, y'all showed y'all face like real men. I get it. But man, if you ain't got no armed security, or if y'all ain't got no weapons, this is useless. You're just gonna be a martyr for nothing. Cause if them guys actually was marching the streets, see, if they was actually marching the streets and they had them neo-Nazis had weapons and y'all marching the streets on the other side, what y'all gonna say? What y'all gonna do? You actually think this is gonna stop racist people from being racism ain't going nowhere. Let's just be honest. It's not going anywhere no time soon. It's just what the country is built on. And it's gonna continue to run on it. You actually think that this demonstration is gonna do, and when has a freaking peaceful march done anything in this country? It's never. You know what to do it? Taking dollars, from that community, saying, hey, we're just gonna start dealing with our own people. Stop shopping with you people, stop dealing with you people, stop voting for you people, and we're just gonna deal, which is what a lot of people did this year, and folks are still mad. Folks got mad because you changed your vote from Democrat to the couch or independent or Republican, and people are mad. And this is crazy, but I'm not sure how we got to the. Now again, this is like Selma, Martin Luther King. You remember Malcolm X used to denounce this mess here. I'm not sure why we are still like this. Brothers, like I say, don't have arms but marching and protest on the same streets. They done already left. They done left, and them white folk done left and went to a whole nother probably state right now, doing their demonstrations, protected by the Constitution. But this is what y'all want to do.
Today, it sends a clear message
Ain't sending a message for nothing.
that this cannot happen.
But it will. Democrat Senator Herschel. That's how you spell Herschel? Democrat Senator, so it makes sense.
In our city, in this state, nor in this nation. We're not going to be repelled. We're not going to be moved back.
Just a week ago in Michigan, another group carrying Nazi flags outside a theater production of The Diary of Anne Frank.
Now, see, I think Anne Frank was, what was it? Was she like a Jewish woman, I think? So, oh yeah, they go after everybody.
We asked both President Biden and President-elect Trump about the Ohio incident. Biden responded denouncing the incident. We're waiting a response from Trump. Because there was.
So people gonna say, oh, you see Trump ain't saying nothing, so that's why. So he's for that. He's for, because he's for what's going on. And Biden denounced it. Who cares? Who really cares about Biden denouncing anything or Trump saying anything. That man, them people ain't my leader. Them people ain't them two dudes are not gonna be outside my house in my neighborhood with rifles in hands, waiting on these neo-Nazis to come marching down the street and helping me protect my family. Neither one of them. So who cares? And even you can denounce anything. Hey, you know what? I mean, let me see. I don't know, what do I denounce? I denounce it too. But I really denounce it as in, shoot, if that happens down here in my vicinity, in my area, oh, we're not just gonna let that. I'm not gonna just let that slide. Not gonna just stand there with a camera, like with a camera phone, be like, oh man, I can't believe this. What we're gonna do? What I'm gonna do? We're gonna call some. I'm gonna call some people, and we're gonna organize and gonna be like, hey, there's some folks down here marching in our neighborhood. Now, if they want to march in their own neighborhoods and do that, that's fine. And then if you want to go down there and you want to shop with them people and hang with them people in their neighborhoods and they doing that, that's fine. I'm not gonna go to your neighborhoods and your parts of town and disturb your peace. If that's what y'all want to do, okay. I just gonna go back to my side of town. Now, if they come over on my side of town doing that, it's a totally different story. Come amongst my people. It ain't gotta be my side of town. It gotta be just where my people's at. It's gonna be a whole different story. Let's just keep it a buck. But it's funny because when I asked, like, how did we get here, 2024, black men still trying to protest peacefully? When there was a time, I'm finna go to Wikipedia. Y'all remember the Black Panther Party for self-defense? Mulford Act. And this is a good example of how voting locally, and I told y'all this during the election, while y'all sitting there tripping on the presidential election, you need to pay attention to your city and your state elections. That's what's important because that's what's going to dictate what goes on in your state. I saw an article earlier today about how a judge in Wisconsin shot down a abortion ban act or something or the other. I didn't read the whole article, but I just saw the title. What is it? It's a judge. It's a judge that you probably elected or could have elected or could have gotten out of that position if you would have researched who that judge was and what they have voted for and against, their pros and cons. And then you cast your ballot, you know what I'm saying, accordingly. The judge made that ruling. So this Mulford Act, right? In 1967, let's just scan and glance over this real quick. It says the Mulford Act was a 1967 California bill that prohibited public carrying of loaded firearms without a permit. Because back then you can carry a gun without a permit, right? Named after Republican Assemblyman Don Mulford and signed into law by Governor of California Ronald Reagan. See, Ronald Reagan was the president, but as a governor, this cat made, you know what I'm saying, did deals against black folk. The bill was crafted with the goal of disarming members of the Black Panther Party, which was conducting armed patrols of Oakland neighborhoods and what would later be termed cop watching. They garnered national attention after Black Panthers members bearing arms marched upon the California state capitol to protest the bill. Assembly Bill 1591 was introduced by Don Mulford from Oakland on April 5th, 1967. And it tells you who was co-sponsored by. Let's say AB 1591 was made in urgency statute under Article 4 of the Constitution of California, not the Constitution of the United States. California, state California. Go to your state legislative meetings. Like I said, I think they start being happen in January. I don't know why April is coming up in my head, but you go down to those congressional meetings and you watch what they're talking about. Actually, like I say, I always say, hey, in whatever city or town you live in, find us in the city council meetings on YouTube. I'm sure they got a website or got a YouTube channel where you can actually watch and see what they're doing. If you can't go down there, watch it. City council or school board meetings. I mean, you know what I'm saying? District was it ISD meetings. All that is now mostly available online. Pay, you know what I'm saying? Be part of your local community, because that's what's going to dictate your daily life, not this presidential election that just passed. Not as much. Let us say, after an organized band of men armed with loaded firearms entered the Capitol on May 2nd, 1967. As such, it required a 2/3 majority in each house. Did y'all vote for your state? And y'all vote for y'all state senators this year? I did. House of Representatives. I don't know. Was it any House of Representatives? I think it was just state senators. I think representatives like in 2 years. Well, anyway, what was it? One is I don't know. One is every 2. No, one is every 2. One is every 6. Something like that. One's every 4, every 6, something like that. But anyway, but there's election every 2 years. Just know that. Dealing with local politicians. But again, did y'all vote for that? I mean, you might have did down ballot Democrat or down ballot Republicans. I'm not talking about that. Did you actually look at what these people have done in their past politically, what their beliefs are, and made your vote according to that? Or did you just vote for a party because the other party is racist, or the other party is for the rich, and this party is for the poor working man? But they haven't done anything for the poor or working man in the last 60-something years we've been voting for them. Come on now. Let's see. On June 8th, before the third reading in the Assembly, controlled by Democrats, 42-38. The urgency clause was adopted and the bill was then read and passed. It passed the Senate split 2020 on July 26, 29 votes. No, I said the Senate was split 2020, 20 Republicans and 20 Democrats. What that mean? 29 votes to 7. And was signed by Governor Ronald Reagan on July 28th, 1967. They say both Republicans and Democrats in California supported increased gun control, as did the National Rifle Association of America. Now, at first they didn't. They said the NRA wasn't about that at first. But then all of a sudden, these Black Panthers, I heard, saying brandishing guns in front of white folk, and it made them scared. So NRA said, no, we're not rolling with that. It said Governor Ronald Reagan, who was coincidentally present on the Capitol lawn when the protesters arrived, later commented that he saw no reason why on the street today a citizen should be carrying loaded weapons, and that guns were a ridiculous way to solve problems that have been solving among people of goodwill. In a later press conference, Reagan added that the Mumford Act will work no hardship on the honest citizen. But yet, you got neo-Nazis marching because, hold on, let me finish. Let this guy finish right quick.
No violence in Columbus and apparently no direct threat of violence. No arrests were made. The First Amendment allowed for all kinds of free speech, including speech dripping with hate. Robin?
All right, Pierre.
See, First Amendment allowed freedom of speech. Second Amendment allowed freedom of guns. It's amazing that those are the two amendments, top amendments on the Constitution. Amazing. But anyway, again, man, hey, y'all getting all upset over what? Like I say, a vote of a president when, like I said, they ain't got. I mean, it does not in the immediate time of your life. It does not dictate your life at all. City council, your state representatives, that's what you need to be paying attention to. If you can get off that emotional kick and understand what's really best for your, not doing what's popular, or because your mama or your grandma said, hey, you need to vote Democrat, your granddaddy talking about we Democrat till the day we die. That's silly, because Democrats, like I said, they ain't no good for us either. It's policy over party. Anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you nothing but maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. Don't forget, you can support the channel, give me super thanks, super chats, or even super stickers, or you can go to the description box below. There are links there you can click on to help support the channel. Don't forget to go to marlonrally.com. It's marlonrally.com where you get 10% off your first purchase of all our luxury items. And right now, if you hit the shop button, and look for our mini beard kit, sandalwood scented. It has a beard oil, beard balm, beard wash, and sandalwood is clinically proven to stimulate hair follicle growth. So if you're just trying to grow that beard or trying to get that beard a little more thick, a little more fuller, why not use the best product in the market, right? Again, hit the shop button below. We having a sale on that right now. With that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.